Lost everything at 31. How to start over. Thanks to anyone who takes the time to read this. I guess I'm writing this is mostly to get it off my chest. If anyone can relate or has any advice for me, it would be appreciated. So in a nutshell, I'm now 31 and I've lost everything. By everything, I mean my mental health, my entire life savings, my home, and the love of my life. Back in 2016, I had my own business. It wasn't given to me. Nobody taught me how to do it. It was entirely on my own. I had made $100K in a year profit. Most of it was cash, so I didn't have to pay any tax. Don't judge me. I then invested in weed stocks right at the beginning. I doubled my money in health. Because my business died off because it was based on a temporary trend, I thought I would keep holding on until I made more. Long story short, the weed stocks crashed, and I held until the end. Not only did I lose all my gains, I actually lost 97% of my investment. I had no money left. Fast forward to 2021 January. After a few years working for $16 an hour, I gave stocks another go. I studied hard and found a secret strategy that would eventually make me $150K in 2021. It involved pink sheet stocks exclusively. Great, right? Well, in September 2021, the SEC implemented a new rule where basically all the trash pink sheets had to comply with stiffer rules or get delisted to the black market where they can't be bought. So guess what? I had to abandon my pink sheet strategy because all the stocks I would trade were no longer available to trade. So in 2022 January, I figured I was ready for the big indexes. Little did I know we were about to face the worst bear market in history. I was also naive and overconfident from the money I had made. One month after another, I lost 10K, then 20K, etc. By May 2022, I had lost 80K. I then realized if I filed my taxes, I would owe 45K. And they would be basically all my money gone. Of course, I believed I could make back my money, so held off on doing my taxes. Fast forward to November 2022. I lost it all, through thousands of day trades. I thought if I stuck through, I could turn it around. I really wanted day trading to be my lifetime career. I loved what I did for the first time in my life. So I got a letter from the government, demanding I file my 2021 taxes. So I went to my bookkeeper and filed them. I then found out I owed 61K, late fees included. By November, I had lost almost everything and only had 10K left, and owed 61K. On top of the fact I had lost 140K in a year, I was ready to hang myself. The only option I had was bankruptcy. 2022 was nothing but anxiety, depression, anger, and frustration. This, of course, took a toll on my girlfriend of 6 years. During the whole year, she was there for me. She knew what was happening. She would do sweet small things like make me a healthy breakfast, force me outside on hikes, encourage me, and show me love. She was sweetest soul in the world. And for the most part, I paid her back with neglect because of my deep depression. I think she ran out of mental energy after the end of the year. I also hadn't given her a ring in 6 years. I would change the subject or shut her down when she spoke about kids and marriage. How idiotic of me, I realize now. Selfish I was. It hurts and pains me to think about hurting her the way I did. In November, she wasn't herself, not being there emotionally or physically. I wrote it off as she's just stressed like me. I confronted her late November in the middle of the night and asked what was wrong. Very long conversation short. She was done and wanted to pack up, move out, and leave forever. For 6 years, she was constantly in love, treated me like a king, would kiss me, love me, and cherish me every moment. She was faithful, hardworking, honest. She gave everything she had to this relationship and frankly carried it for so long. What she said really stunned me. This was not something I ever imagined she could even feel. I realized what I did wrong. In my worst times, I forgot about the people who really matter. So it's January 2023. Starting the year off with 61K debt, barely $10,000 in the bank, moved back home with my parents, with no means of making money, no education, no skills, no career. I've spoken to the suicide line almost every week because I just don't think I have it in me to be successful anymore. My heart aches, and I feel a lump on my throat every time I think about her, how I hurt her, how I let her down, and the thought of me not being able to give her back all the good things she gave to my heart crushes me. I am covered in psoriasis, which I never had before. I used to be 200 pounds jacked. I'm now 175 pounds skinny. I used to work out 4 days a week. I haven't worked out in 5 months. I genuinely want to die. I feel like a loser at 31 living with my parents. I have nightmares about the amounts of money I've lost 2 times over. I could have bought a condo without a mortgage if I'd saved it. My girlfriend went from being the most loving soul to being a complete stranger. Sure, I could go work a labor job and make $25 an hour. But it would take me 4 years of full-time work at a job I hate to get enough for a down payment in this inflated housing market. The average home where I live is $800K, and even then I'll be 35, pushing it a bit late to start a family. To anyone who actually read this whole thing, I thank you, and I hope you take a lesson from this. If you neglect those who love you, you may lose them, and if you have something good, nurture it and take controlled risks. Thanks. Here are some of the top comments from Op's post. I'm going to be pretty critical here because I think you need it. You made a lot of mistakes, and you've repeatedly tried to resolve them by making other mistakes. I'm not going to ask what the fuck you're doing running a business and not paying taxes or putting all your money in weed stocks, but you need to use this moment to wake up and realize these decisions have led you to this point, and you need to make better ones that are not absolutely max risk, like everything seems to have been. Don't be in a hurry. You're only 31. That's nothing. I'm 31 too. We're young, my friend. I'm sorry you were dealing with the heartache on top of everything. It can be extremely tough and take you to some dark places. I've been there. They had my dad come get me at school because I was mentally unstable after a breakup. Here's what I will say: stop looking for shortcuts. You have to work hard, and the only way to do it is through dedication and slowly working your way up to success. Finding that next thing that can make you a bunch of money is great, until the inherent risk behind it rears its ugly head. You have to keep going, for your family and friends who all care about you, even if it feels like you're alone or empty. I promise you with 100% certainty it will get better for you. Sometimes rock bottom will teach you what you need to learn in life. Regardless of what you decide to do going forward, be patient, disciplined, and remove your emotions from your decisions. Make calculated efforts that don't have so much risk in them. 100% agree with this comment, and also 31. Hi. I'm getting ready to go back to school and shift the focus of my career. It's definitely not too late to make big changes. But yeah, OP, you need to make some big changes. Changes to your expectations about what a career looks like, to your financial management strategies, to your understanding of risk versus reward, to your understanding of what it means to be in a relationship. That might sound harsh, but the upside of it being really obvious that you need to make changes is that it gives you a pretty good idea of what you need to do to turn things around. I hope you're open to a more traditional path involving a steady job and diversified, low-risk investments, because that seems like the best way forward for you. I am the furthest thing from a finance guru, but I've never been in a dire financial situation. Why? Because I've worked consistently for the past decade, made modest progress in my career, and avoided any sort of risky investments. The stock market is, at the end of the day, a form of gambling. Yes, you can strategize and sometimes outperform the market, but no one is smart enough to completely avoid risk. There is never, ever any justification for putting the vast majority of your savings into stocks. What if you had doubled your $100,000 investment and gotten out of the market at exactly the right time? You'd have had $200,000. Is having $200,000 over $100,000 worth the very real risk of losing all your savings? Not even close. You'll get back on your feet. And don't feel bad about moving in with your parents. That's honestly the smartest financial move I'm seeing mentioned in your post. Make the most of your time with free rent. Try to get some kind of steady income, however small, to start paying off your debt. Maybe take some classes at a local community college to build your skill set. As for the relationship, I know it hurts and nothing I can say will really change that. But it doesn't honestly sound like you're in a great place to be in a relationship right now. It seems like things only would have gotten worse if your girlfriend had stuck around. Instead, she gave you the wake-up call you needed. Be thankful for that. You'll likely be able to have kids for many years. You'll be in a better place to contribute to a relationship and ensure its success once you've figured out your finances and career a little bit.